Hi, my name is Enrique Madera, and I may not be an artist, but I am an actor, which means we both chose this field of work because we desperately seek the validation of others. In this podcast series, I will be interviewing different types of artists who work in different medias, whether that's drawing, claymaking, glasswork, etc., and how they support themselves and their artwork, whether it be by commissions or selling their souls to corporate companies. I will also be informing you about the oohs and ohs about asking artists for commissions and how to be a good patron and overall better person. So please, enjoy yourself. Hello everyone, my name is Enrique Madera, and welcome to A View with the Artist. I am here with my guest, Lil Miss Epic.
Hi!
Alright, so we're just gonna get right down to the business. First off, let's start with you. Tell us your name, both your real name and your online handle, where you're from, and your occupation.
Okay, well, I am Lil Miss Epic. My real name is Kate Jensen. I am from Southern California, woo! So loving the sun down here. Right now, I'm a full-time student at Cal Poly Pomona. I'm also a sales associate, a Sunday school teacher, and when I have time, I do art for people.
I had no idea about that. That's like I didn't even know about that. And I've talked to you for like a few months now.
Art don't pay the bills.
No, it don't. But you dedicated yourself to this, and that is just amazing.
Thank you. It's really fun. Keeps me sane.
Oh, it keeps us all sane. Alright, question number 2. What drew you, pun intended, to art?
Oh man, my parents actually, they tell this joke that they think that I was switched at birth, because, I basically came out of the womb holding a crayon. I always drew. I've always been, that artsy kind of kid. But I think that probably, the biggest influence on wanting to art was, did you ever see that cartoon, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron?
Yes!
Yes, okay, so I was obsessed with that. I would watch that movie 3 times a day, and my parents got me the DVD for my 5th birthday or something, and it came with this little expansion where it went behind the scenes with one of the animators and taught you how to draw Spirit, and that just took over my life. My parents have a box somewhere of 700 horse drawings that kind of just started this journey to where I am. So it was pretty great.
Well, we all start somewhere. You started with horses.
It's the horse phase. That's what drew me to art, I guess. The horse phase.
I almost see that with everyone, but you advanced from horses to what you're doing right now and what I see on Instagram, and that's just amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's it takes a lot of just sort of figuring out what you want to settle into to get to where you are. It's pretty fun. A lot of experimentation goes with it. Not all of it is good.
Yeah, that actually leads up to my next question. How did you come about polishing or getting to your specific style of drawing? Was it through someone else, or did you polish it all on your own?
Well, you can tell from my artwork that I'm really, really influenced by manga. And so I got into manga and anime probably around 6th grade, and then I got more deeper into sort of the stylistic parts of it in 7th, 8th grade, so middle school. I've always been a huge Disney kid. I love Disney, and so I kind of describe my style as somewhere between Disney and Death Note, and that seems to wrap it up pretty well. I always take pieces of techniques and styles that I like from different artists, say I really, really enjoy Cyrene on Instagram, how she does eyes, but I really, really like Jas Perlock from Tumblr, how he does bodies and torsos. And so I try to pick and choose elements that I see other people doing, and I'm like, oh yeah, so this kind of is how they do that. And it's sort of a combination of doing life studies and then taking a look at a lot of art, tons and tons of art, to sort of figure out this is what I like, and then this is my groove. So it's gosh, there's so many little technical details I could go into, but basically it is a lot of influence of what I put in. Most of it is artwork inspiration, and some of it is other things like pop culture, fashion, music. Those things can always kind of influence like what I feel like doing in the moment, which can sometimes lead to bigger things down the road, like tropes and things that I tend to do with my artwork.
My favorite way you described yourself was a mix of Disney and Death Note. That's just perfect. Keep
right
that.
there in the
Please
middle.
keep that. It's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
The next question, maybe like this next question will provide some background information. But where did you study art?
I've actually never formally taken an art class, which is kind of crazy.
You're self-taught then.
Yeah, I'm completely self-taught. Back when I was in first grade, my parents were like, "Hey, you really like art?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And so they signed me up for this summer art class. But about 2 weeks into it, it was like, this is what you're drawing today. This is how you're gonna draw it, and you don't have like any leeway whatsoever. Like, we're gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. And I hated it. Like, I was done. I was absolutely done. I think they flunked me for adding like a horse into a field because of, you know, the horse phase going back. But yeah, so kind of just self-taught. A lot of how to draw books have passed through my hands. In a lot of tutorial videos, and then yeah, just sort of talking with friends and other people that are into art, just kind of helped me kind of develop techniques that help a lot.
So you really didn't like the control that these classes provided.
Not really, no. I am actually currently sort of in a art history class, which isn't really a, you know, painting, drawing. It's just sort of learning about artwork. And I am thinking about taking an art history minor, but that's about as close as I'm getting to an art major, or, you know, classes in general. I just don't like the construct of it, which, you know, kind of sucks for me. That's my sucky brain hating the system. But at the same time, it's not, you know, it's
With
my
art-
hobby. It's the thing that is I do for fun, and I don't want it to turn into a chore.
From what I'm getting with art history, I took an art history class myself, and you really want to just know the background of these people.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I'm absolutely in love with it right now.
So you really like more learning about the styles, and when it comes to actually painting, like you want to be in control of that, really.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh. I will learn as much about any artist that you want to tell me, but like as soon as you tell me what I can and can't do with my style, you lost me.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
All right, question 5. You ready?
Alrighty, right here.
All right. Who is your biggest muse or inspiration when it comes to starting a piece?
Okay, oh man, I've been trying to think of like a good answer for this, and I honestly have a lot of like issues trying to think of one solid answer. My biggest muse, I think, would probably be like actual like music. I listen to, my favorite band ever is Marianas Trench. I love you guys so much if you're listening to this. And whenever I'm kind of in an art block, I tend to listen to them, and their music has this really great energy and a mix of real fun retro sounds as well as current day kind of just bangers. They're just great. And so that kind of gets me back in the mood for drawing. When I come to actual inspiration in terms of like, I tend to go for, I'm very, very mystified with androgyny. Like, a lot of my pieces are men in feminine clothing, and then a lot of my pieces also of like my original female characters tend to be real badass women, muscular.
I love that. I love that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, and so it's like, I just really, really like androgynous people, and so I'm really, really also influenced by like Harajuku fashion, so, you know, like Tokyo street fashion, where the lines between male, female are very blurred in terms of clothing. And I'm very fascinated with it. I really love like gender study kind of things. And so I like kind of testing the boundary between what is masculine, what is feminine. So, you know, people like, I am obsessed with every single like Jeffree Star kind of photo shoot, because he just like, while I might not agree with the guy entirely, he has some real cool products and real awesome looks. And I'm just like, yes, that is perfect. I love it.
So you believe that gender is a spectrum, not a binary?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, I mean, with sexuality, I mean, I identify as a cisgender female, but I am bisexual. And so that's kind of like discovering that, which was actually a very recent development for me, has sort of led me to be very, very fascinated with this entire culture and this entire spectrum of what people identify as. And so I'm very, very interested in how I can sort of express all these different identities in my artwork. Because, you know, there's so much out there. There's so many different cool, creative people. And so it'd be foolish of me to just draw, you know, men, women, in their perfect gender role. So why not experiment? Why not branch out a little bit?
It's good to have that blending in there. That's how contour works, you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, number 6. When did you officially start doing commission pieces for others?
I started doing commissions the summer before my freshman year of college, and I typically get about like 1 or 2 a month. I'm not a super popular artist, and so I just sort of take things as they go. It's kind of nice. It's a little bit of extra income, which is always fun, and I just love always hearing about other people's ideas and how they want me to draw other characters or themselves, and to put someone in a world that they love. That's my favorite freaking thing. Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
And it is such a good feeling, like seeing ourselves as like a superhero or a villain, or as just seeing as our own like fantasy self, like our own alter ego. It is just such a great feeling.
Yeah, and it's so rewarding for me. Like, the way that I show affection with others, especially, is like I will give people presents just any time of year. I love giving people things, and to be able to give someone this sort of break from reality and this just immersion in their own fantasy, that is so freaking cool. Like, it's an honor as much as it is just fun.
Oh, it is such a good feeling. It is to go into that fantasy world, and even at least for a little while, and for you to have this talent to bring it to life. It is you have just this amazing power over people, and it's just amazing. And I'm glad you're using it in such a positive and giving way.
Thank you. It means a lot to me.
Number 7. This one is kind of a bit of a business serious question.
Business.
Yes, getting serious.
Oh yes.
Okay, tell us about your prices and why you chose them.
Alrighty, so my prices are real low. Like, anyone, you can ask anybody, and I probably shouldn't be charging, you know, $35 for a full body, full color piece. But we're like kind of getting into Tumblr art culture. That's just sort of what my audience can kind of afford. My audience is people that are very into manga, anime, very like print, very trendy, things that aren't vintage. You know, if I were doing like real cool Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball Z, like things that pull your heartstrings, I could probably charge a little bit more. But I'm really catering toward the sort of fast fashion and the fads, really. So, you know, Yuri on Ice, Haikyuu, Kingdom Hearts, things that are very current with today, and that's why I seem to sort of set my prices a bit low. It's competitive with other people on the platforms that I use, and it's also just sort of what my audience, which tends to be, you know, young adults, that's what they can afford. As it being digital, I don't really give my commissioners a physical piece, I just give them multiple versions of a file. It's just sort of what I feel is fair, as much as what is competitive in this tiny little market that I've got.
But you still put a lot of thought into it. You saw your demographic, you saw the people around you in your generation, you really put some thought into it, and that is like just, that you are a smart businesswoman, honey. You are that person.
Thank you, yeah. It's kind of, it's a little bit tough sometimes because, you know, when you're putting in 9+ hours on a piece throughout the week, the payoff isn't that much, but it's still pretty gratifying to know someone liked my art enough to commission it, and so I'm trying to keep just a healthy mindset of it. I have been thinking about raising my prices a little bit, but, you know, right now things are just kind of slow. I don't need the money, and so I don't really feel the need to. So I'm just kind of content with where they are. It's kind of nice.
That's great. And now the final question. This one might take a little while. We're going to talk about the piece you commissioned for me.
I am so excited. Oh my gosh.
Here we go. So, folks, a while back, I asked Lil Miss Epic to commission a piece for me, a sort of, kind of an original character, I should say, but basically it's me in my favorite video game called Kingdom Hearts. And basically, I asked Lil Miss Epic if she wanted to do a sort of collaboration theme with me, where I just give her a list and references and concept art of characters that I want to be, and we'll just release those characters, like, probably once a month or every other month, and it's just gonna be this big bonanza. And the one I made her, the one I collaborated her, it's a Kingdom Hearts character. And basically it's me in a very striking pose with a weapon over my head called a Keyblade and 3 enemies around me called Heartless. And I love it right now. Basically, first what I want to talk about is the shirt you drew for me. Back when I was in middle school, I had like this fleece sort of like pull-over sweater, I guess. Like the top half was this navy blue and the bottom half was this gray. And for some reason, I thought it was the coolest thing ever in middle school.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Now, mind you, in middle school, I was one of those kids that wore the same jacket every day, even when it was boiling hot outside. Again, because I thought it was cool.
Oh my god, I had a Shaun White jacket all the time. Oh my god. Middle school, what happened?
I know, and I'm scared to look at like pictures of myself back then because I'm like, oh my god, seriously? And I had this thought in the back of my head, and I was thinking to myself, I bet I would look badass with fingerless gloves, an X harness over my chest, and boots. Yeah, I know, and even right now, I still had that image in the back of my head, and I still related it to Kingdom Hearts, because at that time I had Kingdom Hearts, and I was like playing it like back and forth non-stop.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. This is so freaking cool.
Yeah, and no matter how old I got, or no matter how, like, my fashion improved, that image was still in the back of my head, so I'm like, okay, that's my Kingdom Hearts character.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Yeah, and so I just kept it, and so that stuck with me, and so, but obviously as I got older, I still wanted to, like, evolve this character. Like, as he got older, too, he would also, like, change outfits, he would also mature, he would also maybe, like, and even as I got older, I started to expose myself. I started like wearing crop tops and, you know, shorter shorts, things like that. And like, kind of like what any other normal person who's coming into himself would feel comfortable in his body with. They would expose themselves a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just the shirt, and also the fingerless gloves and the X harness that you put over me.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I also kind of got into the boots with that as well. And now the pants, the gray pants, I guess I chose them to kind of like sort of match the gray lower half portion of the sweater. But with this outfit in general, it's supposed to be very, if I can use the term, masculine and heteronormative. This character himself, like, still isn't coming into, you know, himself. He hasn't really discovered himself fully yet. He's focused and he's determined for his age. So basically, like, if you were to play this kid, like, the entire time you're playing him, you'd think, you know, just chill, dude, chill. And so the background, I told you that I wanted the background to look like the opening scene of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland movie.
Oh yeah, I was like pretty excited about that. I was like, oh yes, woods, trees, here we go. And then I shortly realized after that, I have no freaking idea how to do any of this. So that was a lot of
provided a challenge for you. That was nice.
That was pretty cool.
Now, the reason I chose this was because when I was in high school, me and my friend, like, we were all into Kingdom Hearts, me and these 2 other girls. And I started to write a fan fiction that I didn't complete, surprise, surprise, of all 3 of us going to that world, but we went to it at, like, different parts. So I went to it at, like, the first part where, like, Alice is there, she goes down the rabbit hole, and then, like, I fight the Bandersnatch for her, but I get teleported out. Then my second friend would come in, except it's when, like, she turns smaller at the tea party. She gets thrown with the Mad Hatter's hat over the pond, and she, like, skips over the river of the headless head.
Oh gosh.
And then the third final friend would come when she's in the castle. She's large and gargantuan, and she's trying to escape. And then we all meet together at the final battle.
Oh man, that's so cool.
So the one thing I kept from it was obviously the beginning scene. I'm in the forest, all the Heartless are surrounding me, and as soon as I defeat them, you know, I'm just like tired, and then I hear something in the back. Oh, it's the carriage, and Alice comes like by while I get out of the way without getting run over.
That's always fun. Oh my gosh.
And I chose the Alice in Wonderland because in Kingdom Hearts 1, that's the first world Sora goes to.
Oh man, full disclosure, never ever played any Kingdom Hearts. I have no idea.
Well, I'm gonna warn you right now, it's a large series, and if you're gonna get into it, you're gonna get sucked in fast, so
You know what? I watched 8 seasons of The Walking Dead in like a month. I got this. I can do this.
Okay. And so, and the final thing that I want to describe is basically the weapon, the Keyblade. Oh crap, what did I call it? I have it. Oh, it's right here, literally right here on my desk. It's called. No, it's not. Okay, I don't have the name. I forgot it.
Oh wait, can
I
you have
forgot
like 1
it.
second? I need to blow my nose.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to give you a warning. Oh, that was sexy. Okay.
That was hot.
I am such a lady. Alrighty.
So feminine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now the Keyblade, the Keyblade, I came up with the design when I was in Mexico. Now,
Oh, what?
yeah, I was on vacation in Mexico, and around that time, Birth by Sleep was coming out.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was watching walkthroughs, and the one character that I liked was Aqua, and her Keyblade design, it looked so cool.
Hers is like real awesome. I really like it.
Yeah, and I especially like the ice and water theme she has with her, and I like that so much that I'm like, okay, I'll, obviously, the fanboy that I am, I'm gonna come up with my own character, my own Keyblade.
Go for it. Do it.
Yeah, but I was having such a tough time with that one. Especially with, like, the head of the Keyblade, of the key. I mean, I got the handle down, I got the base of the shaft of the Keyblade, I even got, like, the guard, the hilt guard and everything, and the keychain, but I, like, went through at least, like, 4 different heads before I was like, okay, I gotta keep it simple. I gotta keep it simple.
Wow, oh my gosh.
Yep, so, and like, I was using my old notebook, and I erased it so many times that I almost broke the paper.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the paper was about to break if I erased it again, so it's like, okay, this final one has to be this one.
This is the one.
This is
no
the one.
going back.
And so I finally got it done, I finally got the head, and then I was able to go to like the upgraded version of that.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yep, and I'll obviously give you the upgraded version like later on when I'm done with the main pieces of my the other commissions I want to do with you.
Oh yeah, soon. Very soon.
Yeah. Oh, very soon, very soon. Like when I have, probably sometime at the end of December, because I'll have like more free time and classes will be over, thank goodness. Okay, final question to wrap this up. Give us your name again and where we can find you and where we can find your art and where we can ask for a commission for you.
Oh shoot, yeah. Okay, so again, I'm Kate Jensen. I go by Lil Miss Epic on all of my social medias. You can find me on Twitter, it's Lil Miss Epic, then underscore. You can find me on Instagram where it's Lil_Miss_Epic. You can find me on Tumblr, which is Lil-Miss-Epic. And I think that is it. If y'all have Toy House, I'm also on there. So that's all one word, Lil Miss Epic. I think that's all the places you can find me. You can DM me or instant message me anywhere to ask about my commission prices, and I'll send you the link to find them. So yeah, thank you again so much for talking to me. This is real cool.
And thank you so much. I'll definitely send you the MP3 of the final finished podcast, and you'll be able to hear yourself and how crazy I am.
Oh great! I can't wait to hear my own voice on tape. That's my favorite.
Me too. I actually, to be honest, when I first started Radio 1, I was cringing for like the first month or so because I had to listen to myself talk, and I'm like, crap.
Oh no.
But I became so desensitized that I'm like, no, I want to hear myself. How good am I? How bad am I? I want to fix it. Let's do stuff.
Oh man.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been A View with the Artist. I am Enrique Madera, and your name again?
Kate Jensen, Lil Miss Epic.
And I will say bye-bye. Come back for more.
Hi,
My name is Enrique Madera, and I may not be good at making an entrance, but I am good at leaving people high and dry. Please, stay tuned, and remember, enjoy yourself.